Yo guys, welcome back to another video on the channel and welcome to a new series where we are playing the new F1 2026 DLC, where there's new cars, new era, new regulations, a new team on the grid. Everything is fresh. A lovely start and a lovely new era to go with. Now I know I haven't really been consistent with the career mode uploads last game, or should I say last season, so we've only done one season, but we're going to try and make up for it. I was a bit burnt out, but now it's a new era, so we're starting afresh. When we have a new team on the grid, we're going to be running, or should I say two new teams. We have Audi, which was originally Sauber. Now we're going to be going as Cadillac. The new team on the grid, I was debating whether to go as a top team to continue off from last season, but I decided no. It would be absolutely stupid not to go with Cadillac this season. But yeah, we have Valtteri Bottas and we have Sergio Perez. And deciding what teammate we're going to go for, I decided to go with Sergio, because you can see with the stats, Valtteri's is a little bit all over the place, but Checo's is more stable and consistent, so that's what we're looking for in a teammate. But we're basically here, a familiar side, signing off, or should I say signing with a team with Cadillac, and we're just signing a contract. And I'm thinking 73, or maybe I could do 75 as the sweet spot, but I eventually decided to go with at least 73, around that area. Just wanted to make sure that we get a realistic target when it comes to achieving throughout the season. Obviously, we're with the slowest car on the grid, or should I say the second slowest car on the grid, because Aston Martin is plumb last, as we've seen this season so far. Absolutely awful. So fingers crossed, we actually have a good season, despite starting from the back of the grid. We're going to treat this series as more of a road to glory, and kind of just get used to the cars in general, because my driving style for last year's cars, I'm going to have to completely throw that out of the window and get used to these new, more slim, nimble cars, just like in the 2010s. But except battery management as well. We cannot forget about that. Battery management as well, along with lifting and coasting, is going to be something I'm going to have to absolutely get used to and adapt. Otherwise, we're going to end up being at the back of the grid. But yeah, a new era, 22 drivers on the grid. Let's do this.
The long wait is over. This is it, a brand new season. And before the show gets well and truly underway, we've got the all-important matter of a free practice session. It's great to be back.
Alright, so here we are then on track for the first time with these 2026 cars. You can already tell from the bottom with the HUD, we have overtake mode as a new feature in the game, along with straight mode, or should I say straight line mode. That's one feature, and that's one that's replacing DRS. It basically runs the same. You can tell in our first practice sessions, we're just slightly getting used to this car.
Okay, as you know, another part of the new regs is boost mode. Don't forget to use it to make the most of that hybrid power.
As Mark just interrupts me there, but gives us some useful tips that we will definitely need to know about throughout the season. So cheers, Mark. Anyway, across the line, we're basically just doing these practice R&Ds and just getting used to the cars well on the track. And honestly, these cars actually feel alright to drive. I honestly thought they would be more sharp, but that also depends on the setup as well. But regarding the default setup, it's actually running not bad. Honestly thought it would be more understeery. But yeah, you can already see we have the boost mode already intact. You can see definitely throughout this corner, going into end of sector 2, is definitely going to be a possible overtaking spot that we could possibly get 1, 2, or maybe even 3 overtakes all in one corner with that boost mode. Anyway, round the final corner we go. We try to put the overtake mode and we just slide about, lose the rear end, and we go sliding into the start-finish straight. Totally wasn't expecting that. I didn't even know what the hell just happened there. But as you go into the replay mode, we get a little bird's eye view. You can see I put the boost mode into the curb, and I think because of that, the bottom just flattened out. And you can see that's the moment where I put the boost mode. I just lose control, I think, because of the power boost, which made me just lose control of the car. Totally was not expecting that. And that's definitely one area that I should probably avoid during the race. But with these cars, you have to lift, and you obviously get that little boost out in the corners. So I was basically trying to get used to that, where you just lift and then you get that little lightning boost out of the corners. So anyway, around the final corner we go. Not taking as much curve this time. You can see the red line as I go wishy-washy about. But this time, we do a decent lap, and we complete the program.
Data with that run, so come on back to the garage, and I can take you through the numbers.
This Cadillac is okay, considering being a new team. I don't know what to expect when it comes to qualifying and the race. I obviously also do not know how the AI is going to perform with these new cars. I don't know if they're going to be insanely overpowered or if they're going to be absolutely weak. But anyway, we're going into qualifying now for our first quali lap of the day. Hopefully we can put this car into at least P15. I don't know how fast we'll be into turn 1. You can see
mate, so the
car was slightly sliding.
When you're within a second of the car ahead, you'll get access to overtake mode. Basically, it just gives you more power and recharge allowance from the battery over the following lap. Nothing for you to do, just lock in and focus on the move. Enjoy.
That's the first time I also heard Mark saying lock in. Interesting to say the least, but you know, it's nice to see that they added some new radio messages. Anyway, going into turn 9 and 10, I wasn't really comfy with the line. I was kind of just going with the flow, but you can already tell my battery is dead. So this is one area where you definitely have to manage your battery with lifting and coasting. Colapinto sets at 19.7, I think it was on the, I don't even know. I only saw the full glimpse. We're going into turn 13 and around the final corner. Perez sets at 18.6. We're trying to save as much battery to absolutely burn it off into the straight. We're going to give it everything around the line. What's it going to be? It's going to be a 19.0.
Sergio's just moved up into pole. That's the first row of the grid for Sergio.
We definitely have pace. We're going to try and go around. But this DRS zone, or should I say this straight mode zone especially, is where many drivers will absolutely burn their overtake and then do some lifting and coast around here. Take a little bit too much curb. I don't think I'll be taking that much. This is also an overtaking spot. I think I would definitely lift more. You can see this line I was going with, it didn't really help me. I didn't really get much battery. I just kind of lose much. But we do make some improvements in the time. Almost half a second up. 18.3, we're up into P11. I don't know how long that would last, but we'll take that. So, this is our third and final lap of this qualifying session. Keep in mind, we are doing short qualifying, and there was a Ferrari behind us, which I thought was going to overtake us into turn 1. Not bad. Piastri says it's 16.9. We have to make this lap count. We have to manage our battery. Qualifying is complete, so this is all or nothing. If you want to get a good result, we can already tell we're going down the order. Norris sets at 16.2. We're down in P16. We're losing time in sector 1. We're down into P18 as well, so the grid is just getting faster and we're just getting slower. We're kind of a sitting duck here. Our battery, we're trying to manage and also use as much. Going into the end of sector 2, taking it, you can already tell we're like 2/10 off the pace, so it's not good. I don't think we're going to be able to improve from where we are. Our battery is completely finished. Verstappen gets out of the way. Going into turn 11, I can already tell this car just feels slow and we're not able to improve. Round the start finish straight, it's going to be P18. It's kind of realistic, so we basically just got hit in the face with a reality check, but this is pretty much where this Cadillac is meant to be at least. But Fernando Alonso, despite having the slowest car on the grid, in P12, and a shocking start for Hamilton as well. He's in 14th place. I don't know what's going on with Hamilton and Alonso. Somehow, the slowest car finishing ahead of potentially the second fastest on the grid. But Lance Stroll in 20 seconds, so that's nothing new. But anyway, this race is all to play for. So let's not waste any more time and let's get to the grid for the first race of the 26th season.
It's a new day, a new dawn, a new era for Formula One. This is the 2026 World Championship. New regulations, new cars, new fuels, new drivers. Ladies and gentlemen, let's ride. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 14 corners and 3.28 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles per hour. The close proximity of the barriers make accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And it's Charles Leclerc in P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Piastri, Antonelli, Carlos Sainz, and Russell, Gasly, Behrman, Verstappen, and Liam Lawson, Alonso, Bortoletto, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Albon, Perez, Hadjar, Esteban Ocon, and Blue, Lindblad, Hulkenberg, Colapinto, and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And joining me in the commentary box today with the best view on what is about to unfold and some strong views on the action we're about to see, Naomi Schiff. As much as I like testing, and I do love testing, and I've really enjoyed the build-up here and all the speculation, I really want to see some action. And finally today, we get some proper action on the track.
This is always such an exciting time in the season. First of all, it's the first time they'll be racing their new cars. So that's always an exciting thing for drivers to look forward to. But also, they've had a long time off during the winter break. So it's about dusting the cobwebs off, getting the rust off of their bones, and really getting their elbows out there and having some fun.
All right, here we are then on the grid for the Australian Grand Prix, starting pretty much at the back, but it's always fun to start at the back as we get to just make our way through the grid and witness the chaos potentially happening. Anyway, strategy-wise, it's going to be a one-stop. I don't see anyone making a two-stop unless there's a safety car happening. No rain in sight, pure cloud with some sun potentially at the end. We're going to put as low as, not as low fuel as possible, but at least as low as we go to the point where we don't run out. I'm not good with managing fuel, especially with this new regulations of lifting and coasting. But anyways, only time will tell. Lando Norris starting in pole position with Leclerc and Piastri following behind. Carlos Sainz in the Williams, the highest that they've qualified in hot minute, I can tell. Isaac Hadjar in P16, so he's definitely had a grid penalty. Bruce Hamilton up a place, and it doesn't really make a difference for us. But you can see even the lower tier teams, or should I say just the lowest, slowest teams, higher up in the grids. So this race is all to play for. I'm honestly looking forward to see how drivers will perform and how this car will be. Anything is possible today. New cars, new regulations, new everything. It's a new era, like we said, and I am so excited to get underway. I'm looking forward to see how the AI is going to perform. I don't know if they're going to be so quick to the point where we get lapped, or if we're going to be absolutely cooking in what is the slowest car on the grid. We've seen many times before how anything can happen in Formula One, as Lance Stroll is the last car on the grid to make it into their starting box. And we are just 5 lights away from the start of this 2026 season. 5 red lights. And we are underway for the Australian Grand Prix, getting off to a decent start off the grid. You can see Alex Albon already making moves left, right, and centre. He doesn't know where to go. Perez doesn't make much progress. Albon goes down the inside, tries to make a move from Bortoletto, ends up going on the grass. Hadjar blocks the corner. We had to go and take avoiding action. Almost went into the back of the Red Bull. Lindblad gets past, and so does the Audi of Nico Hulkenberg, but that doesn't end up lasting long. Lindblad tries to make a move down the inside. Now around the outside of Ocon, they go side by side. Hulkenberg tries to do the same. We had to go off onto the curve as our car just understeers, but no damage. We end up getting away scot-free without damage, and so does the rest of the pack, I believe. I don't think anyone even had any damage. So I guess you could say that was a tidy lap 1 happening so far. We're going into turn 8, straight mode activated. We are not really going to use much of our... We're not really going to use any battery at the start of this lap. It's only lap 1, so we don't really need to charge through the pack as of yet. We're going into turn 9 and 10. Not much happening, no overtakes yet. Just a pretty straightforward race. No one making overtakes. Hulkenberg seems to be falling back a bit. Lindblad pulling away slightly. Into turn 11, you can see one of the cars up ahead was making an overtake. I don't actually know who that was. But a very clean lap 1. On to lap 2 now. Just seeing what's going on down into turn 1. You can see Perez, Ocon, and Lindblad are the 3 we have to try and overtake. Lando Norris leads, I believe, judging from the mini-map with the little McLaren dot. But yeah, anyway, so far, I'd say it's pretty decent. You can see Isaac Hadjar up ahead. into turn 4, or should I say turn 3, sliding, almost losing the rear end of his Red Bull. But as we go into turn 8, into sector 2, straight mode is active. Overtake is enabled. We fly past Arvid Lindblad like he wasn't even there in the first place. We are up into P18, entering turn 9 and 10. We are right behind our teammate. We could potentially go for another overtake here. We have the overtake mode activate. You can see we're just flying.
Right,
we are absolutely flying. We're going to show you. Oh, Perez goes down the inside. We're going to go switch to the outside. Can we make a stick? We make it absolutely flawless. Round the outside of our teammate. Entering turn 12 now. This is crazy. This overtake mode is literally like Mario Kart. We go past Ocon and potentially down the inside of Gabriel Bortoleto into turn 9 and 10. Oh my god, how did we make that stick? That was an absolutely crazy move. Oh my god, we need to go and see that again. We're just flying past, round the outside of Esteban Ocon, making it stick down the inside into what is potentially an impossible move to make. Wow, so much is happening already on lap 3 and 4, and now so much more is going to happen. One of the Williams has an engine problem. That's Alex Albon, who is out of this race. His engine has just gone up in smoke, so I don't know if that's going to cause a potential safety car or not. It doesn't look like it. No one's going into the pits. I'm surprised that wasn't even a VSC, but anyways, we get on with the race. We are behind Fernando Alonso and P14, potentially going to make a move. Overtake mode is enabled. We're just flying past Alonso and Gasly and Lawson, 3 cars in one, round the outside into 9 and 10. This seems to be our favorite overtaking spot of this track. We're just flying past like we're Lightning McQueen. And Lawson tries to make a move down the inside of us. We just fly by and defend that. And I honestly thought he was going to send it. But anyways, we are up into P11, following behind the Red Bull of Isaac Hadjar. But the battle is not over yet. Lawson just flies past us as we're not using overtake mode. He's using both competence. So is Pierre Gasly into one. Our car is sliding. We tried to turn. The car at the rear end just gave way. We're just sliding into turn 1 there. That's why I was mentioning in practice that happened before. But anyway, Fernando Alonso tries to go around the outside into turn 3. We just closed the door on him. And we just got to keep in mind of these tyres, because we don't want to end up turning too much and then we end up losing the rear. But anyways, going into turn 8, sector 2 is now ready and rocking. Our favourites overtaken spot. We have straight mode and some sort of battery. We're going to try and make the move on Lawson, just fly by like no tomorrow. It's so easy to overtake with these new regulations. This is actually quite enjoyable, I cannot lie. I was a bit critical about it at first, but it's actually not that bad. As you can see, Liam Lawson behind with straight mode and some boost. He tries to make a move, he goes round the outside of us. You can see Piastri getting overtaken by Isaac Hadjar, and I think he was trying to overtake Carlos Sainz in the process as well. But Piastri and Hadjar going side by side, just holding each other up, which gives us an open door to join this battle. Hadjar makes a move. Behrman also makes the move on Oscar Piastri. He's just losing places, almost making contact into one. But we've got a boost mode enabled and a straight mode. Can we try and make a move down the inside? No, we're going to switch round the outside, try and make a move on Liam Lawson. We just don't have the traction, and we don't have as much speed, so we're going to have to settle back for P11. No rush in really making overtakes. We also got to keep in mind of our tyre wear as well, as our pit window opens in 2 laps time. The tyre wear doesn't feel as bad, but I can definitely feel it crawling in. Anyways.
Okay, mate. Gasly's
we get an objective.
It is critical for our race that we keep them behind, please.
We have to keep Gasly behind, that's no problem. We're going to pretend like he's not even there. We overtake Liam Lawson once again. And you can see Oscar Piastri also trying to make a move around the outside of Oliver Behrman, just like he did with Lewis Hamilton on the final lap last year's race. So he's making some more positions back. I don't know if he's losing tyre wear or not, but you can see he's just making moves. They're just going side by side. Lovely work. You can see Ocon as well and Alonso having a little bit of a scrap behind. So overtakes and battles are happening everywhere, both in the lead and the midfield, and even in the back of the grid potentially. Everywhere. Are you not entertained? Ocon and Alonso going side by side, round the outside he tries, but no, Alonso shuts the door. Is the battle over yet? No. We'll just let them scrap it out. And let's focus back on our race. Anyway, into lap 9 we go. Behrman and Piastri still going at it. Behrman gets overtaken by Oscar, which compromises his exit. And that gives us an open opportunity to make an overtake. Inside line is closed. We go round the outside, just like we did on Lawson. This time, can we potentially make it stick? Sliding off the road, onto the curb, we still make it stick. And we just slide past Oliver Behrman again. Despite being off the road on turn 3, we managed to make it stick into turn 4. and we are up into the top 10. Oh, so much is happening as we go around the final corner. We're going to try and overtake Piastri. We put the boots up, and we almost made the same mistake that we made in practice. We told ourselves to be cautious of that. I guess we didn't learn, but we managed to save the car and just avoid hitting the wall. As we go into the replay again, the same mistake we made, almost a repeat of what it was in practice. So we got to just avoid using the boost if we're going that much with the car. But anyways, you can tell the tires are already gone. We're just sliding into turn 12. But anyways, our pit window's open. We're going to box this lap. Piastri is in the pits as well. We just slide into the pits. We need to get off these tires. Put me in these meters. You can see Gasly, Lawson, and I believe that's Ocon and Alonso as well following us in. The pits are very busy at the moment. Hopefully, we get a good pit stop. It's going to be our first pit stop for the team. Fingers crossed that is actually a solid stop. We'll find out in a minute. And it was decent stop. No worry. We go ahead of Oscar Piastri as well, which is a bonus. So at least that's one car of the way that we have to battle across. And now we have to just focus on our own race. We come out the pits in P13. Verstappen is around 6 seconds ahead, I believe, according to the telemetry, if I read that right. Meanwhile, up ahead of the pack, Lando Norris is leading the race comfortably ahead of Kimi Antonelli and Lewis Hamilton. Carlos Sainz, the only Williams in this race. Fingers crossed for their team, they get a good result. We're going to see right now if Lando Norris boxes this lap or if he's going to stay out. Both Lando and it looks like Kimi Antonelli is going to be boxing this lap, and they are. We'll find out in a minute if Lewis Hamilton is going to follow them in or if they're going to stay out. Lando into the pits and Kimi Antonelli is going to be a race to the finish. Pit stops are crucial. You've got to make sure you get it right. And let's see who's fastest. Lando gets a good stop. Almost going into Lewis Hamilton. That could have potentially been an unsafe release. But anyways, Lando probably was... Oh my God. Anyway, Lando getting a decent stop. Manages to get ahead of Kimi Antonelli. Charles Leclerc leads this race. He's yet to box. Anyway... Let's just move on. We focus on our race. Going into the end of Sector 2. We are currently in P9 at the moment. There is another yellow flag going on.
Let's go.
I don't know who's stopped. I think that looks like one of the V-carbs. And I believe that might be Liam Lawson. And a safety car comes out in this race.
Safety car deployed. Safety car's been deployed. Watch your delta. Make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack.
Now, I don't know if we didn't box, that would have helped us or not, but Liam Lawson has been disqualified. How has Lawson been disqualified? What the hell? I thought he had an engine failure, but apparently he's been disqualified. Anyways, doesn't really make a difference for us. We're still in P9, but the benefit is that we're caught up with the pack, and this is a very good result for us right now. We are in P9 in a Cadillac. In our debut race, as the safety car goes in this lap, we have Sainz, Hadjar, Hamilton, Verstappen, all the teams up ahead. Leclerc leads this race for Ferrari. We have a potential shot at getting our first points for both ourselves and the team. Anyways, Hadjar slides in there. Around the final corner we go. We prepare for green flags, and we are underway. Back on racing conditions, and we have to try and make the most and try and make as more overtakes as possible. Into turn 1, Hadjar already going defensive. We thought we could make a little cheeky move there, but apparently not. But that's fine. That's to be expected. We have to just keep in distance, so that way we don't fall back. But Sainz and Hamilton going side by side. Ex-Ferrari driver versus current. Which will get the better? Hamilton looks like he was ahead there, but I think eventually he did get overtaken. As we move into the third straight mode zone, as you can see, it's all going off. Hamilton round the outside on into turn 9, entering turn 10. It's all kicking off, chat. We got the battle with 5 cars, and it looks like both Hadjar and Verstappen going both on the outside and the inside into turn 11. 3 wide. Could have been. Jesus Christ. Hadjar is on a roll here. I honestly thought that was Verstappen around the outside, but apparently not. This battle is far from over yet. Hadjar tries to make a move around the outside into the final corner. Does he make a stick? Yes, he does. But the battle's not over yet, because Sainz will be using his boost and straight mode onto the start-finish straight. 3 wide. Hadjar getting overtaken both on the outside and the inside by his teammate and Sainz, and ourselves as well. So we move up into P8. This is an absolutely brilliant result, as Verstappen could potentially make a move around the outside into turn 3 on Carlos Sainz. Will he make his stick, swapping into the inside? Verstappen puts the sides off, but Sainz is not giving that up yet. He is absolutely defending for his life in that Williams to maximize the results, and we're just lifting off into turn 7. We have enough overtake that we can use in the upcoming straight ahead. Straight mode soon to be activated, and we are ready to make some overtakes. Boost mode, we're going to absolutely deploy all of the battery. We get past Verstappen, and we also get past Carlos Sainz around the outside, flying past into turn 10. And this is crazy. But as we know, it's not over yet. Carlos Sainz, as you can see in the mirror, he's absolutely flying past. It's literally just a game of cat and mouse. It's literally Mario Kart all over again. But anyways, onto the start-finish straight. Entering lap 18, you can see Verstappen using his straight mode and boost.
It looks like we might have an issue. Hang in there, we're attempting to manage it.
I hope it's not what I think it is, because we are currently in an amazing spot to get our first points. We're going to absolutely drain the battery here, try and make a move. We go around the outside, potentially, and making the move of Oscar Piastri. We break earlier, we just hold back. We have to hold and just save as much, overtake as much as possible. But I'm getting a bit anxious now. Hopefully it's not an engine failure or anything. And no, it is! It's a critical! Oh no, it's an engine failure! No! Our hopes of getting our first points of the season in our first race is absolutely out of the window as our engine just gives way. No! That could have been absolutely
Remember to adjust
crucial
your
points for
mode
us.
in your MFD if you need to.
Oh no. Just like in real life with Bottas having a DNF, the same happens to us as our engine goes up in smoke. And that is our race. That is our race done.
And it's victory for Andrea Kimi Antonelli. What a win!
To take the win at the first race of the season, now that is important. You get straight in to your competitor's head, and they now know that you are the one to beat.
Well done to Kimi Antonelli for winning his first Grand Prix in Formula 1 in this career mode. Just like in real life, when George Russell won in Australia, it's actually the opposite. It's Kimi Antonelli who's the Mercedes on top, with Norris in third. So, Hamilton in fourth. Decent result for the Red Bulls. Carlos Sainz manages to keep it in the points in sixth, getting a solid 8 points. And yeah, nice comeback drive for Hamilton. From 30th on the grid to 4th. Almost could have been a podium. 3 DNFs. We are sadly one of them. It's pretty unfortunate, but yeah, anyway, nothing more we can do. Mercedes lead the way, with Ferrari following them in the Constructors. And yeah, pretty unfortunate for us, but we've got plenty more races to go. Be sure to drop a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the channel. That'll be very much appreciated. Look forward to more episodes on the channel because there's going to be plenty more coming. Stay tuned for the next one.